Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? As you can see, I have got myself a fine microphone to hopefully give you folks some better audio. Screen's glitching a little bit back there. You'll have to forgive me for that. But welcome in to the Inline Sports. It is week 8 here in college football. Was up there looking at some Tuesday night action with South Alabama up there. Put up 84 points earlier this year against some middle school team. Who knows? But we're gonna get into a couple things. Try and make this one quick. I got a couple videos coming out for you um, tonight and later this week. Go ahead and go over those for you. I'm gonna go over my top 25 for week 8. Um, go through some SEC rankings. Got my top 5 for the Heisman. A little fun for you. Top 5 for the Bolitnikov. Um, my number one will certainly surprise you, and somebody you all probably need to pay attention to from here on out. We'll hit a 5 burning questions segment later in the day, and got a special one there for you. Might be 6 burning questions if we're being real. Um, but yeah, that's what we got this week. Some big matchups coming up, like Georgia, Texas. My ball's going against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Big game last time. It was in Neyland. I will actually be at the game, so I'll give you all some coverage from that. Super excited to be going to that. Student UT, so got myself a little student ticket. Very, very excited to go. If it's anything like the last time they came to Knoxville, it'll be a instant classic like that one was. Which I gotta say, maybe I'm biased as a Tennessee fan, but that's probably one of the better games I've ever seen. Georgia Bama this year, close. It's up there too. Um, my favorite game probably ever was LSU A&M, the one that went to all those overtimes and it looked like a basketball score. That was an awesome game. If you love defense, you probably hated it. And most of my favorite games, if you love defense, you probably wouldn't like. Maybe I love offense. I digress. Top 25 this week had some big shakeups. Obviously, battle at the top. We have a new number one for me. Oregon takes the number one spot this week after a big win against Ohio State. Biggest question there is what are you doing? Ohio State's quarterback sliding. I mean, you're in field goal range essentially, and you slide. You don't even give yourself a chance. Bonehead. Unfortunately, reminds me of something that quarterback for the old University of Tennessee did against Arkansas, which y'all can come at me for that. That was horrific and hurt to watch. But win against the Gators is a win we'll take this week. Um, Getting off topic, but interesting thing for you. I'm 21 years old, and in my entire life, my team has beaten Florida 3 times, so I won't be too upset when we beat them, regardless of how we looked. Number 2, Texas had a good showing against Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. They really make that one tough on you, don't they? Um, Dominant display, made them look terrible, made them look like maybe the bad team they are, or maybe Texas is just that good. I guess we'll just have to see. But Oklahoma's offense is just horrific. Brett Venerables needs to go back to being a DC. As that defense is elite and his offense is horrific. Now, does that have to do with the injuries? Maybe, but I don't think they're very good regardless. Number 3, Penn State. Got to throw them here. Big Ten wins over Illinois. They had some good showings. I think they're a solid team. Do I think they're going to win the national championship? No, I don't. But I think they're a very good team. Can give Oregon, Ohio State run for their money in the Big Ten. We'll see what happens up there. Number 4, Ohio State. I've got them dropping from 2 to 4. I don't penalize them too much because I moved Oregon to the number 1 spot in the country. You can't really penalize a team for, getting beat by what I think is the best team in the country right now. Um, Number 5, we have Miami. Cam Ward is unbelievable. Um, been fortunate for some lucky wins over Cal and Vatek. Um, Still can't get over that Vatek. And Cal, how do you blow that lead, man? How do you blow that lead? But they're undefeated in the top of the ACC. Really working for that automatic bid. They'll have to face Clemson for that because there's nobody else in the ACC worth a damn besides maybe my number 17 team. We'll get to them. Um, Number 6, we got Georgia. They lost to Alabama. Ended up I don't know. They haven't looked as good as I would have expected them against Mississippi State and Auburn. Two teams that are barrel scrapers in the SEC. But hey, win is win. We'll always take wins. Number 7, Iowa State. Wins over Iowa, undefeated in the Big 12, leading that category right now, up there with BYU. Undefeated Power 4 conference, you got to throw them up there. I think they are a good team. They've got a good defense and be able to compete in that Big 12. Maybe get that automatic bid. Interesting times. Who would have thought in the beginning of the season Iowa State would be the front runner for that spot right now? Not me. What a disappointment Utah has been. Alabama, number 8. Dropped them just a little bit because South Carolina really gave them a ball game. But wins a win, like we say. 9, LSU, great game against Ole Miss. What's his name? Kyron Lacey, I think, is the guy who caught that touchdown in overtime. Nussmeier's been really good for LSU. Got bailed out by the refs against South Carolina, but they had that lone loss to Southern Cal, who's turning out to be a worse team than we thought. I saw them beat LSU, and I was very high on them, but taking some shellackings. That's who Penn State beat. That's right. Number 10, BYU, the old Brigham Young from Utah. Tell you what, the fellas out there have got a ball club. They can play. They've beaten high-level competition in the Big 12. Also undefeated, right up there with Iowa State. They're about neck and neck right now. So, only reason I've got Iowa State a little higher is just because I like them better. And I think they're a better football team. Number 11, we got Clemson. Other than the very ugly loss that they suffered at the hands of the Bulldogs out of Athens, Clemson's really turned it around. Now, is that because they're playing ACC teams? Maybe, because the ACC, I don't know what they did, but whew, they've got some teams that look a whole lot better than they are because they're playing each other. About 70% of that league is just crap, really crap. Number 12, Notre Dame. I don't like putting them here, but they keep giving me reasons to move them up and keep them up there. They lost to Northern Illinois, obviously horrific. But that win against Texas A&M keeps getting better. Their schedule's weak, except for the service academies. Look out for them. Service academies making their debuts this week in the top 25 for Endline Sports. Number 13, my Tennessee Volunteers, dropping them because of how. Did you know the University of Tennessee, their prolific offense that everybody is always, talking about for the last several seasons, has put up a total of, checks notes, 0 points in the last 2 first halves against subpar Arkansas and horrific Florida. Where'd the offense go? Where'd it go? We'll address that later on, but still got 2 top 25 wins, I guess. Neither of them are ranked anymore. It hurts me to say, but I think my Vols were overhyped by quite a bit. But we're going to find out this weekend. Battle in Knoxville, 3:30. Super excited for that one. Again, I'm going to be there, so I'll give you all some firsthand accounts. Expect it to be rocking. Shout out Josh Pate, listed the Neyland Stadium as the loudest stadium in college football. I put it up there. I don't know if I go number 1, but I'd probably go, you've got tiers, and I think one A, B, C, you've got Kyle Field, the Big House, and probably Neyland. Um, Bryant Denny down in Tuscaloosa would have a strong argument. Um, when Florida's good, the Swamp is a nightmare to play at. LSU's Death Valley. Don't go at night. Don't go at night. Um, it's a death trap for everybody. Uh, well, not necessarily, but I digress. Texas A&M coming in at 14. They continue to impress me. Another win this weekend. Had the win over Arkansas. Had the big win against Missouri, who I don't know what to make of Missouri. I don't. I really, really don't. Everything that they do is confusing. Their team confuses me. I don't know if they're good or not. We are this far in the season, and I couldn't tell you whether they're a good team or not. I think they're good, but they could very easily slip into great, or they could very easily slide down into bad. And their schedule's so piss poor, we won't know. We just won't. But yeah, 15, Boise State. The old Broncos have got a ball club up in Idaho, and they are running the football. Ashton Jeanty stands back there like a serial killer looking for who he's going to take the head off of. He's killing everybody. You can load the box, he'll kill you. You try and defend the pass, you're done. He's running for almost 10 yards a carry. He's got, what is it, 15 plus touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. The guy is nuts. And he's really going to continue to display just how good he is as the season continues. Look for him in New York. If he's not in New York, I don't know what to think. If he's not in New York, throw out the whole system. Throw it out. Throw it out. I'm already pissed at him for a couple things from my balls. Um, Hendon Hooker should have been there in 22. I'll stand on that with 10 toes. Stand on it. Stand behind it. Regardless of what you want to say about his injury, about the loss to South Carolina, that man should have been in New York. He was that talented. He's the SEC Player of the Year. Should have been there. Absolutely should have been there. That's a little bias from me. So sorry for that. Indiana, number 16, still undefeated. I love the swagger of Segretti up there in Bloomington. They play really hard. They play to win. I mean, they're winning ball games. Um, Big surprise of the season. Very welcome surprise. Just like Indiana, welcome surprise. Pittsburgh. The Panthers are undefeated. One of two in the ACC, along with Miami. I think that Pitt's got a really good chance of being at the top of the ACC before this season's over, just because of the strength of the conference is not there, like I've mentioned multiple times. The quarterback, fantastic. If he keeps this up, he's got a chance to be in New York as well. Don't think he will, but he's got a chance. 18, Kansas State. I don't know if you can call it a big win over Colorado, but they did beat Colorado. Colorado's sneaky this year. I'm not a big believer in Coach Prime out there. I think he's done a good job for Colorado. I don't know if you call it a great job, period, just because of success against top tier teams has not been there. But they're hanging in ball games. They're winning games they should win so far. Winning them by not quite the margin you would hope for if you are out there in Boulder. Any Boulder fans, welcome in. Leave a comment. Tell me your thoughts on Coach Prime. Haven't heard anything from genuine Colorado fans about what they think. Do you love him? I mean, if you love him, you can say he's brought the national attention he's brought to your school. Well, not unprecedented, but has not came in a long time since y'all were powerhouse for like 3 seasons in the late 2000s. If I'm wrong on that, You have to excuse me. I was like 5. Uh, but Kansas State, other than that, just horrific loss to BYU, where everything that could have gone wrong for them went wrong. Everything went wrong. They've looked pretty good. I got to give it to them. They're in the Big 12. Um, done a great job. Sorry about this. The way it's been cutting out, I know it's been annoying. I apologize. Struggles of early production. We'll get better. We'll work on it. Always striving to get good content for you guys to see what we can do. But still early. Give me time. Give me time. It'll be primo. Primo. You just give me some time. Just wait. Gonna hold it for now. Try and stop the cutting out. That's so distracting. I mean, it's distracting me. It's got to be distracting you guys. Sorry about that. 19 Missouri. I've been begging to drop them. Begging to drop them. Close loss to, or barely beat Boston College, who's not very good, except for that Castellanos kid's pretty good. I mean, you barely beat Vanderbilt, which apparently is a good win now because Vanderbilt has a win over the number one team in the country, Alabama. Look out for the doors. Look out. At least one Tennessee team won in week 6. Oh, I hate Arkansas. Anyway, number 20, Southern Methodist, sneaky team in the ACC as well. And I've been ragging on the ACC, but I have 4 ACC teams in my top 25. Hmm. Interesting. Still think they suck. 21 and 22, the darlings of the independent schools, Army and Navy, in that order. The service academies have figured out how to throw the football in that uh, option offense they got. It's beautiful. You want to watch football as it was originally intended to be played? Catch an Army Navy game, Army or Navy game. Army Navy game this later this season. Cinema. Gonna be cinema. 23, we got Illinois. Hesitant to put them here because how do you give Purdue 49 points? Some of that Purdue magic. Purdue likes to suck against bad teams and become a top 5 team against the big winners. Look out, Oregon. Not saying they're going to win, but you look at Purdue historically against big teams coming in there. Something spooky could be happening up there in Purdue. Little little scary vibes in Indiana. 24, Arizona State. Another Big 12 team in here. Would not have expected Arizona State to be in here. I thought the other team in Arizona would be better, but I was wrong about that. Um, they've got a running back out there, Cam Scatabo. He's got Derrick Henry level high school stats. Look him up. You get a chance. And the guy is just impossible to take down. Watch them play Texas State, who obviously is not very good, but they keep winning. They keep winning. Number 25. I love this pick. I love it so much. Some of you may hate it, but I'm doing it anyway. Number 25. Give me Vanderbilt. Give me the doors. They've got a bad loss against Georgia State. I get it. I get it. Their other loss was to a top 10 ranked Missouri team at Missouri. They took them to double overtime, but missed a kick, which can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. It happens to Vanderbilt a lot, unfortunately, because it's Vanderbilt. But leave them at 25. Notable exemption there. Ole Miss fans, I hope you're angry. I hate your head coach. Hate him. The stuff you guys are trying to pull out there with the fake injuries, throwing 150 dudes on your availability report so that when they go down, you can say, oh, well, he went down, but he's listed with an injury. And then he gets back up as soon as the medical staff gets there and he fakes a limp and then stands on the sideline for, I don't know, 10 seconds and sprints back on the field. You got a 4 or 5 guy goes down with an ankle injury, right? After a huge play. You get a 4-4, it's all right, 4-5 corner, runs a 4-5, pretty fast for a corner. And he goes down, he's holding his leg, and and looks like he's in pain, but I think they're doing some acting classes down there in Oxford. Goes off to the sideline for one play so that the defense can get a free timeout. I know what you're doing, Lane. Comes back in and is still playing at the exact same speed. Whatever. Lag here. Sorry about that, but you know, like I said, early production. It'll get better. But that's my top 25, just outside. I'll leave Ole Miss there. Leave them outside because a little biased, but they piss me off. They do. They really do. I mean, you guys, I know Ole Miss fans see it. If you're an Ole Miss fan, let me know what you think. What do you think? What do you think about old Kiffin not saying he's going to stay and kind of teasing the old Gators down there? Which I don't like the Gators, but I hate Lane Kiffin more. I got to be honest with you. After the stunt he pulled out there up here in Knoxville, running off in the middle of the night like a scared little boy. Ole Miss fans, Rebel fans, do you see all these guys going down and just think, oh, I hope he's okay? Do you think that every time? Or do you know? I know you know. There's no way you don't know. You watch all the games, and the teams that are opposing you just watch for 1 week, and they see it. Shane Beamer definitely saw it. Everybody sees it. You did it against Kentucky. You did it against LSU. You did it against South Carolina. Oh, you play. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you did it against South Carolina too. You beat the dog out of South Carolina, but you did it. It's an integrity issue stemming from their POS head coach. That's my little Lane Kiffin spiel. Can't stand him. Never shown any moves. But I'm off topic. That's my top 25 for this week. Look out later for some big content. I got the SEC rankings coming in for you. Big mix up. Heisman top 5, Biletnikoff race, which is the best wide receiver in college football. And I guess we'll call it 6 burning questions. Super excited to get to those, and I will see you all soon. Leave a comment, like the video. If you feel so inclined, share it with somebody watches college football, might appreciate this. Kid with a dream, trying to grow the brand, if you will. I need to get an Endline Sports hat, don't I? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And throw some links to some older videos over here. Over there. Green screen. What do you do? But super excited for another week of college football. Big games this weekend. Real big games. Very happy about the slate. Going to be a fun one. We'll be checking in on those while I'm at the Old Neyland Stadium. And we'll see what we can do. Thank you guys for watching. That'll be all for today. You guys have been fantastic.